Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. The temperature of the studio, always kept slightly cold for the comfort of the cameras, suddenly felt icy. Minister Celine Thorne, the Deputy Minister of Public Wellness, adjusted the lapel of her tailored jade suit. Her prepared talking points for the Mind and Movement Youth Funding Initiative feeling suddenly flimsy in her hands. She was moments away from going live on Sunrise Beacon, the nation's premier morning news program. Her segment was supposed to be a triumph, a feel-good announcement about preventative care and local recreational grants. But a voice crackled in her earpiece, not the producer's count, but her chief of staff's nervous whisper. "Celine, they're pivoting. It's Atlas. Brace yourself." Celine nodded, though her stomach clenched. The Atlas system was the massive, nationalized electronic medical record system, a project years in the making, and one that was now hemorrhaging data accuracy. Host Marcus Bell, a journalist famous for turning warm smiles into intellectual cross-examinations, opened the segment not with a greeting, but with a pre-recorded montage of chaotic hospital waiting rooms and panicked citizens trying to verify their records. When the screen returned to the main set, Bell turned to Celine, his customary banter replaced with a focused intensity. "Minister Thorne, thank you for joining us. We were scheduled to discuss the new Mind and Movement Initiative, but recent events demand our immediate attention. Over the past week, we've seen confirmed reports that the Atlas EMR system has experienced a massive data cascade. Incorrect dosages, misplaced allergy flags, and even entirely wrong patient identities have led to disastrous confusion in clinics across the capital sector. Tens of thousands of vital records were affected. The public is desperate for answers from the Minister of Health. Instead, we have you. Are you personally frustrated that you are here today to face questions that should rightly be answered by Minister Rees?" Celine took a slow breath, consciously relaxing her shoulders. Her face, usually open and ready to smile, was now a mask of sympathetic concern. "Marcus, I am not frustrated. I am here because the public's well-being is my portfolio, and the public needs to know that the central authority is addressing this with the urgency it demands. I certainly acknowledge the profound public concern, but my purpose today is still fundamentally to talk about the future of health. I am hoping to tell your viewers about the billions of credits our division is investing to ensure that future is healthy, proactive, and stable under the Mind and Movement banner. That is the essential support the people need right now." Bell shook his head slightly. "With respect, Minister, people whose lives are being impacted by incorrect medication or improper surgery prep because the Atlas system is corrupt don't care about wellness grants right now. They want to know why Minister Rees is hiding. Why is the person directly responsible for authorizing this fatally flawed system unavailable to explain how a supposed gold standard digital platform could cause such chaos?" Celine maintained her composure, defending her absent colleague by emphasizing the need for procedural integrity. "Marcus, I believe Minister Rees is acting correctly when he does not yet have the final report from the Independent Technical Review Board. That review is ongoing. What he has done is activate the Emergency Council of Data Specialists and Regional Hospital Directors. They met yesterday and implemented a full system rollback to the last verified stable state, while establishing manual verification procedures across all critical care units. That is the appropriate response, taking control of the crisis at its operational roots." She then attempted to broaden the scope, shifting the blame to the past. "Because the foundational question, Marcus, is how we stop these massive systemic data errors from reoccurring. You must recall that the previous administration launched dozens of unvetted, decentralized digital record initiatives, a real patchwork quilt of outdated tech. It is still impacting us now because they left the nation's digital infrastructure fragmented and dangerously neglected. It takes immense resources and time to properly integrate and secure a system of this complexity. We will see this through. We will take full responsibility for securing the Atlas system and fixing the failures we inherited. Bell pressed, clearly unconvinced. Many viewers would argue that accountability requires more than a statement of process. Why couldn't Minister Reese have appeared and simply said, "I don't have all the facts, but I am demanding an investigation and I will report back to the Senate"? He has given no such assurance. Celine, ready for this final probe, offered a date for the official reckoning. Just to correct that, Marcus, Minister Reese is scheduled to appear before the Senate Oversight Committee this Wednesday. That is the very next session of the Senate, and he will be there to provide the preliminary technical findings and a comprehensive account of the remediation plan. She concluded with the firm conviction of someone who had survived the worst of the ambush. We will hold ourselves accountable for securing the network. We will invest to make the system robust. And we will keep our promise to the citizens by providing proactive, stable care. That funding and that commitment begin with the Mind and Movement Initiative, which I am ready to discuss now. Marcus Bell narrowed his eyes, accepting the terms of the temporary truce. We'll be watching that Wednesday hearing closely, Minister Thorne. But when we return, we will hear about the future of public wellness funding.